Hello, this is Dawn over at Plot Chronicles. Today I wanted to share with you guys why, in my opinion, more people over the age of 50 and 60 could and should be starting a YouTube channel. Let's get started to talk about it. Okay, the reason why I wanted to chat about this is you hear more and more people nowadays maybe can't afford to retire, or they're semi-retiring because maybe they either don't have a pension. We all know that many folks can't, it's going to be a challenge to live off Social Security alone. But there's always ways to make extra money. Now, I'm not saying that some of these ways that I've looked into aren't good ways, but many of the ways that I've looked into to make extra money require a lot of technology and moving parts. If you want to do that, fantastic. There's something for everybody. But starting a YouTube channel is pretty easy, and it's a lot of fun. And I honestly think it's a really good way to make extra money. Kind of what I'm doing with my YouTube channels is this is how I look at it. Is that if you started a YouTube channel now, let's say you're 50, and you're thinking, hey, I want to retire or semi-retire at 67, you enjoy YouTube, maybe you upload 3 days a week, and you talk about something that interests you, think about in 17 years from now, how big your channel might be, and what kind of money could you be making from it. Now, I'm in the YouTube Partner Program on the Sensible Living with Money channel. Obviously, this channel's new, and I haven't met the criteria for this yet. But I look at, okay, I'm going to be 60 at the end of March, which is coming up very soon. I look at how much money will I maybe be making 10 years from now, okay? When I'm 70, will I still be on YouTube? And I look at it that way. That's number one. It is a really good way to make some extra money. Are you going to maybe get rich? Hey, some people do. It depends, and sometimes you never know what channels might take off and which ones won't maybe take off as much. Actually, and I thought this was interesting, only 4.5% channels get 10,000 subscribers and above, which my Sensible Living with Money Mom channel does have now over 40,000, which I'm really grateful for. But it's just a really good way to make some extra money. And you don't look at what you're going to make this year. Look at it 5 or 10 years from now. And it's pretty powerful. Okay, the next one is the connection with other people. I think many of us have a hobby. For example, one thing I'd love to see more people do, and there's not as many of them as you'd think, I'd love to see more people do Booktube channels, because you've got some people that talk exclusively thrillers, you've got some people that are really into, fantasy sci-fi, you've got some people that are into literature, some do a combination, and so there's something for everybody, because if you could meet 10 different people that love to read, and maybe everybody likes something a little different, okay? And so I know that a lot of people, like I have a friend of mine, she's not into thrillers at all, but she loves more light romance, and that's something that works for her. So you can connect with other people. If there's a hobby that you really love, let's say you loved bridge, you could start a channel all about teaching people how to play bridge. You love to sew and do crafts, you could do a channel about that. Any of these channels you could do. I'd love to see more people do books, like I mentioned. So think of anything that you love to talk about, something that you're passionate about, and you could do a YouTube channel on it. It's just kind of an idea. You can have connection with other people. So if you start a channel, let's say in your life you're like, you know what, I don't know anybody that's into crafting except me and my friend. Well, you start a YouTube channel on it, you start meeting other people and building a community of other people that love to craft, which is great. And I just love it. It's a lot of fun. So I just wanted to mention this because I think it's a great way to make extra money and connect with other like-minded people. Another thing is you get to work from home. You don't need anything fancy. Now, granted, it is nice if you can edit and do all of that. And you have a polished channel, but you don't have to start off that way. Obviously, I haven't been doing that over here on this channel. But, yesterday I spent some time looking at some old YouTube channels that have had their YouTube channels for a while. And I'm going to tell you, I look back at some of their old videos, and it was kind of fun to look back at it. They weren't fancy, but the information was still good. It's not about having I'll just end with saying this. It's not about having a fancy, beautiful, gorgeous channel with lovely thumbnails and the perfect title. It's about the connection and being relatable with other people. So I thought I'd leave you with that. Would any of you ever start a channel about booktubing or any other channel. Would any of you want to do that? Let's hear about it in the comments below. Love you, appreciate you. See you on tomorrow's video. Bye, everybody.